Hello, welcome to part 10 of Let's Model a Parasaur. Congrats on making it this far. I believe we will be able to wrap everything up in this video, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So I was, of course, doing some practicing off camera, and I decided I am not going to model the teeth in. I feel like it will be irrelevant for this model, so I'm just not going to worry about it. But if you're interested, I, of course, have some images here. These are the teeth, and they're pretty far back in the mouth here. And they were used to grind up the vegetation that the beak would rip off. And they are considered, or I guess the parasaurs have like a dental battery. I didn't look too much in depth into what that means, but essentially teeth just replace teeth, and they looked like little razor things. I don't know how to quite describe them, but yeah, they look like this, and there's one single one there, but I just felt like it was going to be a hassle to model, and I just don't think we're really going to be looking in the mouth of the parasaur. So, and I want to keep this series fairly short and simple. So that's that. But right now we are going to fix up the, let me show you guys this first. This is what we're going for at the end. We still have to add in the eye. This one doesn't have an eye yet, but you could see I did some modifications to the back. I adjusted where the tail sits, kind of just posing it a little bit more accurate. I heard that parasaurs were kind of represented as like kangaroos, where they have like this kangaroo-ish tail, and that's not entirely accurate. So I don't want to be that person and like continue the trend of inaccuracy. So, and then just kind of fixed up the nosal region, or the nose ridge line here, and kind of fattened the lip here. So anyway, we will get into that right now. So let's go ahead and add in the eye. So we're going to go to screencast keys first. So Shift A, mesh, and let's add in a UV sphere. Let's crank this down to about, we'll go with 12. This is for the eye, by the way. In case I forgot to say that, I don't remember. And we'll just move this into the body just to keep everything organized. We're going to go into vertex select and delete the top half of the vertices. So just X, delete, and you should have half a sphere. So now let's go into right. We're going to rotate this on the Y by 90. Nope, the X. Negative 90 on the X. That's not what we want. I'm sorry. Rotate Y 90, negative 90. Okay, so rotate on the Y axis by negative 90, and that will help us situate it right in that socket there. So let's go ahead and shade smooth, and let's scale this down. You could scale in edit mode, which would probably be ideal. And we will grab it, just position it kind of in the area here. Continue scaling. And right now it's going to be inside. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so let's move it on the X. Get out of X-ray mode. And pull it up on the Z. Move it in on the X. And we want this kind of centerpiece of the UV sphere to be pointing outwards. So let's rotate on the Z. And let's go to, let's try normal. and push it in on the Z axis right here. Okay, we'll go ahead and leave this as is for now. I have a feeling when we adjust the mesh of the face some more, we'll probably have to reposition the eye. But for now, there's the eye. And now let's go ahead and fix up this lip region. I also did decide to fatten the tongue up, so let's do the tongue actually. So let's select this inner face here and swap around to this side using Control, select maybe here, and then select there. Let's scale it on let's go back to global here. So SX, let's fatten it up a little bit and hop into your right perspective. And I'm just gonna drag it with G, just pull it down right about there, should be good. Let's see what that gives us. That'll be fine. Something else you want to do is hop into your modifiers panel and turn off multi-res and go ahead and save. I always do this. And add in a sub D, only because when you're in multi-res you can't see the results of the modifier happening, so let's just stick with subsurf for now. So let's go ahead and what I'll do is I'm going to select these here because I do want to fatten up this lip. I think I'm going to select these and let's see what normal gives us. So let's scale on the Y. Let's try to use individual origins, see what that gives us. I don't really... Oh, you know what? Let's just go in vertex mode and vertex select and select the outer faces, or the outer vertices. I can't talk today. Okay, so we got 7 selected. Let's select one more. Okay, so let's just go ahead and pull on the Z here, just stretching it out ever so slightly. And maybe a little bit more like that. And I will push it down just a little. Okay, I'm happier with that. And the tongue, I feel like it can be moved down just a little bit. So I'm going to go back and face select and select the same area we had selected last time. Control, shift click, right perspective, let's grab it and just approximate where I want it to go. Okay, that'll be fine. I'm going to save now. And let's go ahead and work on the nose ridge. I just found it was a little bit too, like, I don't even know how to describe, too wide, I guess. So we're just going to select 3 and go back into global and individual origins. Let's change that. Let's try medium point. Let's scale on the X and just scale the 3 vertices in just to make it a little bit smaller on the ridge. I'm going to drag this one down a little bit here and just scale this one maybe ever so slightly in. Let's see what that gives us. I'm happy with that. So another thing we will need to adjust is the head. it's a little bit concave here. So we're going to go ahead and turn on proportional editing. And let's go ahead and grab just this top vertex right here. And let's just pull up, maybe turn the strength down a little bit. Just kind of grabbing, turn the strength down. Grab this one. Let's go and see the ones behind it. I will just manually pull these ones up. I think I can do that with this. See what that gives us. Might just pull this one down a little bit without proportional editing. And one more thing I want to do is take these two inside vertices of the eyeball, and I'm just going to drag them down a little bit. Just the Parasaur looks really surprised, and I'm not liking the look. Maybe something like that. That should be fine. Okay, and let's go ahead and fix up this tail now. Kind of straightening it out. So I'm in X-ray mode, and I'm just going to box select everything here to about here. And I'm going to go into bounding box. Just pulling, just kind of watching these vertices here. I'm not really too worried about these ones yet, because we're just going to go through and deselect when we get the edge in place. Maybe to about here. And something you can do if you'd like is to straighten these loops out by doing SY0, and that will make it 0 degrees on the Z-axis. So I'm just going to do that with a few here just to tidy things up a little bit. And I might just do this one. Okay, those ones are fine. Let's get out of X-ray mode. Let's go ahead and save. Now, the next thing I want to do is go ahead and you see we have like this, I think it's a pelvic bone. We're going to go ahead and shape the mesh to that right now. So let's hop back into vertex select. And I'm just going to approximate where I think I should grab. We could start here with proportional editing turned on. So GZ right about there should be good. And we're going to go past the blueprint just a bit to make sure we get that lump in there. Okay, let's select this one now. Pull it on the Z. Something we might actually do first is slide these over, turning off proportional editing and just kind of lining them up a little bit better. Okay, let's grab that middle one again. Proportional editing turned on. Maybe go to about there. Let's see what this one will do for us. Maybe expand the selection to about here. Let's jump over to this one now. And I'm just gonna go out of right perspective. I'm just gonna eyeball this. So I'm gonna go to about, probably about there should be fine. Maybe pull this one down a little bit. Okay. So that looks good. And let's go ahead and see what else we need to do. So I did notice a bit of a divot right about here. So we can go ahead and try to mess with that. Create that, the lump, but I'm thinking we don't have enough geometry to make it look decent, but let's see what we can do. So let's grab this, turn off proportional editing. Just gonna pull these up a little. Let's see. So I'm thinking it goes right about here, or even somewhere in this proximity. Let me see if I can add an edge loop. I can. Let's see what we can do without that edge loop though. So let's go ahead and just pull this down a little bit. And let's see what we get. Yeah, there's like a bit of stretching and whatnot going on. Let's see what we can get with an edge loop in there. Let's grab this one with proportional editing. Maybe drop the influence. Let's turn off the subsurf. I just want to see if it's the subsurf that's doing that stretching. It's not amazing, but I think I'll leave it just because our viewport level is so low. So when we increase the number of subdivisions, that kind of weird scaling issue will probably go away. We will see. Okay, so I'm going to save that. And let's see what else we need to adjust. So the thighs are a little bit too small here. So I'm going to grab maybe these two and pull them on the X. Don't want to pull them a lot. Let's go ahead and jump in here. Let's see how far we can go with this. I'll deselect that one. Pull this one as close as possible. And let's see what else. Maybe we'll try this one here. Pull that one as close to the body. Grab this guy. Because parasaurs did have quite thick legs from what I've been reading. Seeing that they, you know, had to run, and their forearms should be pretty big too. Okay, so let's go ahead, and before I forget what side we just changed, let's go ahead and symmetrize, and we are going to do the negative to the positive. So the legs are all good now, and we're not worrying about this here because that was the tail that we adjusted, so that's all good. Now I want to address the spine here, and let me show you why, if I have examples. So we already adjusted the tail, and we could actually bring it up more if we wanted to. I'll have a think about it, but I think for now I'm just going to leave it as is. But what we will do is adjust the height. So their spine, you know, look like this. That's a spine. And it just, I don't know, in this blueprint, I feel like it doesn't really represent the parasaur's back very well. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm definitely no expert, but we're just gonna, if you would like, you can follow along with that. If not, then, you know, stick to what you have. It's all good. So I'm just gonna eyeball this. I'll leave the reference here so you can kind of see what I'm looking at while we do this. I am actually looking at this specifically, so though I will zoom out if you find these ones helpful as well. So let's go ahead and start with the front. I'm just gonna play around with kind of like what I see in the image. I feel like this needs to go up. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it as is. I will take a look at my off-camera model here and just see if there's anything I missed. Let me see here. You could see that we will need to push the eye in. Oh, you know what? I did forget. Let me turn this off here real quick. I decided that I didn't like seeing the nose where it is. I would actually like it to go further into the head of the dinosaur. So I'm just going to select the nose faces, just the internal ones here. And we are going to, if you'd like, not do that. We're going to turn off proportional editing. I'm going to rotate a little bit. Don't mind that other one behind it. That's the left side. We're just going to extrude and just grab, rotate, and just scale that down. Let's see what that gave us. I might also pull it on the X just so it's out of sight, out of mind. Let's make sure that's all good. Let's see. Yep, it looks fine to me. So I'm going to select everything and symmetrize, and we'll have to swap it back to the positive to negative. Looks good. Let's go ahead and fix this eye before we forget. I'm just gonna go into edit mode, and I'm just gonna grab it on the Z first, see what that gives us. It's fine. I might rotate on the Z a little bit, kind of thinking like that's the pupil. And maybe we need to push it in on the X ever so slightly. Maybe on the Y. To about there. Let's see. Let's get real close. That looks good to me. So let's go ahead and save that. And now what we want to do is add a modifier to the eye, a mirror modifier, and we are going to use the body as the mirroring object. And now we got the other eye. Cool. Let's see if we have anything else to do. One thing I would like to do is just make sure our mesh is nice and tidy. So go ahead and clean yours up right now if you feel like you need to move things around a little bit. I'm going to turn off the subsurf just for now and see what we got. Just spacing these out a little bit. Doesn't need to be super crazy. I'm going to symmetrize again. This time we'll have to do the, negative to the positive. Let me see. Oh no, I'm sorry, the positive to the negative, so we were fine. So that looks good. Let's go check the mouth region. See if there's any connection points that you think you can make. I do remember adding some, excuse me, some loops in here to the mouth that can probably be joined. Let me hide that. You know what? I think it's fine. But I do encourage you, I'm going to definitely off camera fix up anything that needs to be paired up into quads. So, okay, otherwise, if your mesh is clean, make sure you check your face orientation, and if you see any red, just select it and use Shift N to recalculate your normals, and that should give you a A-OK. Yours will probably be blue. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure we're done modeling the Parasaur, and in the next video we will begin the sculpting process, so that's exciting. Anyway, congrats on making it this far, and I'll see you in the sculpting. Hello, I'm back. So when I ended the video, I noticed a few things, and I just felt like I should show you rather than just tell you in the description. Not sure how this happened, but maybe when we symmetrized this, we lost the proportional editing we did for the face here, or maybe we didn't, and it just looks like it's off. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this on camera with you guys so you can see what exactly I'm adjusting. So I'm gonna pull this one up. You might hear my cat, she's using the restroom. Jump into the front, just dragging these up. Might pull this one up too. Let's go ahead and check the front out. I will pull this over a touch. Same with these ones. Let's see what we can do here. Might grab these two here and pull them over. She really needed to go to the bathroom. Okay, anyway. And let's adjust the cheek area here. Just a touch. Maybe even down here a little bit. We'll see what that gives us. Yeah, maybe not these ones actually, but we could probably do this one here, pull that out. Okay, now before we lose this, let's go ahead and symmetrize over to the, no, okay, so we were good. It was the positive to the negative. I still feel like, let's go ahead and hop on this side after doing that. I feel like it can go up a little bit more. Okay. Maybe I'll just pull this one up manually to about here. And I feel like that's too far up, honestly. Pull these back down. Edge slide these around with proportional editing turned off. Okay, it doesn't need to be 110% accurate, but I do like to follow the, oh sorry my cat, blueprint as best as possible. And now we'll go ahead and toggle everything, symmetrize, and we'll have to flip-flop that. Let's go ahead and check our eye, see if we had changed anything, but everything looks good here. We could, let's see, could move it up just a little bit. Maybe rotate on the Z some more. Okay, let's see. Something else I noticed too is we got a kind of distinctive line running down, and that's because we have some edges that are close together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through and go till about here, just using GG, turn off proportional editing, GG, and just slide down to about there. And we will go till about here with this edge, move that down just to give it some more breathing room, and that should clear up that line we had. Okay, I think we're good now. If there's anything I missed, just let me know. Otherwise, I don't think there's no going back after this. Anyway, take care, and we'll see you in the sculpting.